Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about the TV movie from HBO called Fahrenheit 451, which is based on a novel by Ray Bradbury published in 1953. This adaptation stars Michael B. Jordan, who you might know from Black Panther, Sofia Boutella from The Mummy, and Michael Shannon from Revolutionary Road and many other movies. He has, I think, 2 Academy Awards nominations under his belt, so that's a proof of that he's a great actor. But yeah, this movie is about a dystopian future in which the government has decided that books are not to be allowed to people, basically, because they give too many ideas and they just want to control everyone. So they use firemen that used to put out fires in order to lit them up and burn the books in them. And of course there's a rebellion, there's a group of people that don't agree with that, and they want to reveal the real thing behind books and the reality of things, and that people wake up, which is most impossible apparently in this dystopian world. Guy Montag, which is portrayed by Michael B. Jordan, is a very interesting character in that he is ignorant completely at the beginning, but he starts learning about what is happening around him, or at least that's what the book is supposed to be about. There was another movie in the 1960s, 70s starring Julie Christie, who was a big star back then. You might know her. But this TV adaptation misses a lot of what the book and the former movie did very, very well. In this case, the story is very, very boring, to be honest. This movie is insanely boring, and it's very short. It's only an hour and a half long, to be honest. It's not really that long. It shouldn't be boring at all. But 15 minutes after it started, I was bored out of my mind. I just couldn't stare straight at the screen. I was doing something in my laptop, I was doing something on my cell phone, and just hearing and watching very randomly at the movie because it wasn't interesting. I mean, I know some of you are going to say, oh, if you didn't really watch it, then what are you saying? I'm saying it's fucking boring, to be honest. It's fucking boring, and the performances are sadly not really that good because of that. I mean, I'm not saying they tried hard enough, but I'm saying it's not really that interesting. Michael B. Jordan is really plain on this movie, which is kind of disappointing because he was great in Creed, for example. I didn't like him that much in Black Panther. I'm one of the few people that didn't, but I really liked him in Creed, and I couldn't understand why he's so boring here. Michael Shannon, the same thing. He's such an amazing actor, but he's such a one-note actor. He's always portraying very evil men and very awful people, and he's another awful man in this movie. So it's nothing new for him. He could do that in his league. For Sofia Boutella, I think she's miscast in this role. I think she does fine, but I think she has something in her. I do think that she could be a great actress, but I think she keeps getting miscast in basically all the movies. She has been in some clunkers, horrible movies, and in others that have been good but haven't portrayed her that well. So I'm poor Sofia Boutella, basically. She's not that bad, but here she's boring. I mean, she's boring as all the other things. These adaptations should have a lot of action, a lot of, thinking, which is a specialty for HBO because they do Game of Thrones and Westworld. But in here, they don't really make you think that much. It's just really basic. I mean, very, very, very boring and basic. There's nothing to think about anything. You're like, oh, books. That's it. That's the thing that you think about. That's it, not really that much. And there's a lot of scenes that try to impress you, but they really don't. For example, where they use the fire, where there's a guy that knows many books by heart, and you're supposed to be like, wow, that's amazing. But it isn't. It isn't amazing at all. I mean, we have seen that in other movies, and we have seen that in the former movie, and we read that on the freaking book. So it's not really impressive. When this movie tries to copy from the book, it's surprisingly dull. And when it tries to go off the book, for example, using social networks and so, it doesn't really delve into that. It doesn't really explain why. It doesn't really expose anything new. It's just there. So it's kind of terrible because of that. I'm not going to say that this is the worst TV movie ever, but it's really, 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 really boring and not that good, to be honest. If you can avoid to watch this, do it. I mean, and if you want to see it, just see it, but it's not good. If you love Michael B. Jordan, I just would avoid watching this, because this will make you think like, oh, he's not really that good. I do think he's good, but not here at all, and he has been miscast a lot to remember Fantastic Four, so, you know, I would avoid that, this movie, if you love him. HBO does great things, but they also do things that they don't really make sense at all. Yeah, and so many things that are missing from the book, like a gigantic dog that spits fire. I mean, they could have used that here, they didn't. That was idiotic, I think, but whatever. Those are my thoughts on Fahrenheit 451. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it, subscribe, share this, and please comment down below if you have seen this movie and what do you think. Thank you so much again. Bye.